Sit back, everybody. We have an exciting story to tell about a very well-known young fellow, Donkey Ollie. He lived almost 2,000 years ago in Israel, but people still talk about him to this day. One hot afternoon in Bethany, Israel, 5 young donkeys gathered around their aunt, Donkey Alana, and begged her to tell them a story.
Tell us a story, Aunt Alana.
Yeah, we want to hear about the time you gave baby Jesus a ride.
All right, children, if I must. It was a night as bitter cold as only Bethlehem's winters can get. The angel appeared to Joseph to tell him to flee with Mary and the child to Egypt. None of the other donkeys would hear of taking the trip. Well, as for me, I was just a sprig of a lass. I remember when Mary turned to me and asked me if I'd carry them. I'd never been so honored in my life. It was a long, long trip with many hardships. When we finally arrived in Egypt, I felt as if I could turn around and do the whole trip again. None of my hooves were even split.
Wow!
Tell us some more donkey legends.
In each generation, there have been donkeys that God has used for His purposes. It matters not your size or the family you're from. God has simply used those who are most available to Him. The legacy goes back to the beginning of our time. There were donkeys that helped Noah with the ark. They brought in the wood from afar and helped plant the fields to grow the food for all the animals. There were many donkeys that went with the Israelites to help them escape from slavery in Egypt. Also, donkeys were responsible for bringing the building blocks used to make the great temple.
What about the donkey that Balaam heard speak to him?
Well, that was the first time that God allowed people to understand us.
I'd like to be the donkey that Jesus uses to go to Jerusalem.
What's your name, young fellow?
Ollie.
He thinks he's so special with his white coat and all.
Is your heart willing, child, to do what God wants?
Yes, I'm willing. But do you really think God will use me? I'm so small and I'm really different from everyone else.
Yes, I know He will. Don't let your small size or your white coat keep you from seeing what God sees. Ollie, He only looks at your pure heart.
But my brothers...
There are always those who will pick on someone who's special.
And you're just
Now, Ollie's brothers made fun of him because Alana had said he was special, and Ollie escaped to the solitude of the stall where that night he poured out his heart.
Lord, I have a willing heart for you. Lord, I'll be what you want me to. Lord, my life is within your care. I'll be strong because you're there. Your eyes are on the sparrows. You're watching over me. My tears you save in bottles, set by crystal sea. Lord, I have a willing heart for you. Lord, I'll be what you want me to. Lord, my life is within your care. I'll be strong because you're there.
Later that evening, Ollie's brothers returned to the stall.
Who do you think you are? Carrying on like God was going to choose you.
A little runt like you, carrying the Messiah, God would certainly choose me over you any day.
Ollie, I think you've really gone overboard this time. There's no way God would pick you over any of us.
Well, Lana told me that God would pick anyone who had a willing heart.
Now, Jesus had sent his disciples in search of the donkey that was to accompany him on his journey to Jerusalem. Peter and James decided to visit Ollie's owner, Farmer John.
Peter, the master specifically said a very pale donkey, short in stature.
I know, James, but look for yourself. There didn't appear to be one light-colored one in the bunch. Maybe the master sent us to the wrong farm.
Hold on. The master make a mistake? I say let's ask the farmer again. Perhaps there is one donkey he forgot about.
That same afternoon, Ollie tried to join up with his brothers playing skip the rope near the old well.
Can I play? Can I play, please?
Aren't you too good for us?
Yes, if after all the Messiah is going to choose you.
Come on, please, can I play?
Sure, Ollie. Let's let him play. Come on, jump in. Do you really think the Messiah is going to pick you?
I'm certain of it.
Well, that's too bad, because he'll have to find you first.
Who do you think you are? Some kind of superstar.
Do you think you are the best?
Let's just put him to the test. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You're too small and you won't go far.
You're too different, you're too pale.
Besides that, you're too frail. Who do you think you are? So special it won't be hard.
We should throw you down the well.
Tie him up and never tell. Who do you think you are?
We should throw you down the well.
Tie you up and never tell. Who do you think you are?
Please don't tie me up.
It serves you right, Ollie.
come
You're
on.
much too proud, little brother. Perhaps some time down the well will cure that.
Come on, guys. Don't throw me down the well. No! Well, I've shown you all my best donkeys. Yet you say the Messiah would not be pleased with any of them.
Yes, old man. They're all very fine animals.
Indeed, the finest we've seen.
Well, then surely one of these must be appropriate for your purposes.
Now, John, there's one of them you haven't shown them. Ollie.
Yes, Father, they haven't seen Ollie.
Well, I really don't think they'd be interested in Ollie. He's too small and a very strange color for a donkey. He's far too pale.
Far too pale? Maybe that's the one the master wants. Do you think you can round this Ollie up?
Sure, if he hasn't wandered off too far. Ollie is always getting himself lost.
Don't fetch him, Elizabeth. These men have important things to do.
Donkey Ollie, where have you gone to? Donkey Ollie, where have you gone to? I've looked for you for a long, long time. Donkey Ollie, where have you gone to? Why can't you hear me? Please come home. Donkey Ollie, where have you gone to? I've looked for you for a long, long time. Donkey Ollie, where have you gone to? Why can't you hear me? Please come home. Please come home. Please come home.
Now, as Elizabeth skips about looking for Ollie, she stops for a drink by the well and hears a sound.
Ollie, is that you? Well, hold on to the rope and push with your legs.
Elizabeth struggles and finally gets him to the top. He is covered with green algae.
Look at you, you're a sight. How did you get yourself into that predicament? Well, never mind. Hold still, you silly donkey. Let me untie you. Don't you know that Jesus wants you?
Ollie and Elizabeth return to the barnyard. So you found the young fellow. He is an unusual color.
He's just as the master described him, except I've never seen a donkey so green.
Oh, that's not his real color. I'll clean him up and he'll be ready to go.
You're gonna pick him? Are you sure? We have many that are much smarter and much stronger than him.
No, I'm sure he's the one. The master's chosen him.
Ollie's brothers can't believe it. While Ollie is being groomed, his brothers stand in the background murmuring.
Can you believe it? I'm twice his size.
Yeah, and I'm twice as smart.
And what about me? I'm twice as fast.
A donkey such as I
really don't know why.
I was the biggest, strongest one.
I was the wisest, smartest one.
But a donkey such as
I'd like to ask him why.
he chose the smallest one.
Not a donkey such as I.
As Ollie's brothers continue to complain about not being chosen, Ollie leaves with the apostles for Jerusalem.
Rejoice and shout hooray, Hosanna, sing praises to his name and make a joyful sound. We're off to Jerusalem, come everyone along. We're off to Jerusalem, we're off upon our way. We're marching with our Lord and King, Hosanna to his name.
beautiful donkey. Ollie, I'm so glad you offered to give me a ride. Have you ever seen such a sight?
Within a week after Ollie had given Jesus a ride into Jerusalem, Jesus was crucified for the sins of the world, and Ollie helped carry the body of Jesus with John and Mary, and Ollie grieved for the one who had given him so much love and understanding. He turned down all his favorite foods and began to grow weak. Little Elizabeth grew more and more worried about him and prayed fervently God would restore his will to live.
Ollie, you've got to get up and eat. It's been 3 days and you haven't taken a bite of anything. I know you're sad about Jesus. We all are. But please, I'll be even sadder if you die. And if you don't eat, you will die. Here are some carrots. I know they are your favorites.
Just then, a blinding light appears in the stall, and Jesus stands before Ollie and Elizabeth.
Eat, my little one, and weep no more. Death has had no power over me.
In my Father's house